Hey, what's poppin'? Brand new bitches pop. Okay, I'm sorry. That was bad. All right. So, today we're going to be looking at a video by a creator I stumbled across him last year and I really like him. Mr. Beard. I actually noticed he posted this video like 2 days ago. It's been out for like a month, since like November, like late November, and I just noticed it. I'm subscribed to him too, so whatever. But he did a video on David Dobrik. Now David Dobrik has a I have a very complicated relationship with David Dobrik. I was definitely, during last year when everything went down with him, I was definitely against David. I became a fan of David back in like 2017 in the summer. I liked his videos. I thought they were hilarious. I watched him for a good like year consistently. Actually, I watched him up until his 420 vlog that he did in like 2018, I think. And then after that, I just kind of like, I wasn't watching him as much. It was like very sporadically. And then once Natalie became more involved in his videos, I noticed he was using her more. He was kind of using her more like a sex object. And I know Corinna was kind of like that, but he was kind of like playing off the, oh, are we gonna date? Oh, don't you guys think Natalie's hot? And like, it was funny at first, and then it just got like too much. Even now, he still kind of plays off Natalie like that. And like, he's free to do that. It's his content. But I just wasn't really into it, because like all the guys were fawning over Natalie. The fans or the stands were like, are they gonna get together? They were making a whole thing out of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm in my 20s, guys. I'm not a teenager. I don't give a fuck who you guys date. So and then around 2019, I just kind of like, my feelings towards David, I thought his videos were still funny, just I felt like something was up with David and things were like kind of on the wonk. So I was like, I'll watch a video every now and then, but like, I'm not gonna go crazy over him. And then he was going more like mainstream, which good for him, but at the same time I was like, I'm not really into this anymore. Fast forward into 2021 or 2020, I barely even acknowledged what he was doing, because he stopped vlogging and he was doing TikToks, which I thought his TikToks were lame. They're still kind of lame, not gonna lie. But 2021 came around. First Nick came out about him, then Seth. Trisha had like always came out about him. That's the thing too, when Trisha came out with her stuff about like about Brandon and like the situation with Brandon and his girlfriend at the time, I was like, it kind of raised red flags for me in the group, and that's kind of also why I stopped like supporting the Vlog Squad. Like, I have a sweater. I also have a shirt, but like, I just stopped supporting them by watching videos and yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, once it came out that David helped Dom with the video, or once it came out about the situation with Dom and everything else, I was just like, okay, David, I'm done. I haven't seen a David Dobrik video since. I don't plan to. I haven't listened to his podcast. That's another thing too. I was super into the podcast, like up until, like I said, I listened to it from around the beginning-ish, probably like a month or two after it started, up until around like 2018, like mid 2018. I thought Jason and David's relationship, while looking back in hindsight, it is kind of weird, but at the time I thought it was cool. I'm like, dude, this 20-year-old's hanging out with this like 40-year-old. You don't really see that much. They have a great chemistry with each other. Even in the podcast, it showed. Like, me and my sister would listen to the podcast because we went to the same college at the time, so we would like listen to it driving to and from So I have like good memories of David, but it just kind of little by little over the years, things were coming out. And once finally in 2021, everything just kind of snowballed. And yeah. So I actually did want to make a video similar to what Mr. Beard made. I never got around to it. Mainly because I didn't know what direction I wanted to take it. Also, I'm kind of lazy. And I also started streaming and doing all this. So, which I'm happy doing this. I still got to work on my like videography skills and editing skills before I can even attempt to do like a video like Mr. Beard or even Nick is Not Green. Shout out to these two creators. They're pretty dope. So yeah, that's enough talk about David Dobrik. Let's talk about Mr. Beard now. I discovered him when he made his video on Big Nick. Now I noticed Big Nick was kind of he was kind of posting anti-mask, anti-COVID stuff around May or June of last year. And I wanted to talk about it, but he wasn't posting enough of it where I could really talk about it. And then around the time when I was kind of like taking a break from YouTube, he started posting more, and he did that mansplain podcast, which I was like, fuck, I missed content, bro. But whatever. So that's how I discovered Mr. Beard and Big Nick is Not Green. Also, this song slaps. Now let's finally watch this video. Is he a good person now? I honestly, before we even get into all that, I don't know, and nor do I care. I always thought, looking back on it, David did kind of avoid consequences for his actions. Just a lot of the stuff that he did, like, yeah, it was funny, and yeah, thankfully no one really got hurt besides like, well, a lot of people got hurt. Never mind. But he managed to like avoid his consequences. So when he's going to talk about cancel culture, I'm guessing, and I do think, yeah, he did get canceled, but it was more people were finally coming at him for his acknowledgments, and he deserved the criticism for what he did. He deserved the criticism for the Dom situation, for what he did to both Nick and Seth, and just like everything else that he did. So
the question of the day: has David improved since being canceled? Has he gone from being an abusive and manipulative guy to being a not quite so abusive and manipulative guy?
I'm gonna say no. We'll see though.
Before we begin, I just want to say canceling insanely rich people doesn't really do that much. Before David got canceled, he was averaging about 20 million views per video. Now he's averaging about 10 million views per video. So on one hand, that is a 50% reduction in views, but on the other hand, he's still making millions of dollars, and he just got
he's
a TV show deal with the fucking Discovery Channel.
Yeah, he's still, even though his views went down, he was still in a position to where he could like take advantage of his mainstream fame. And although I feel like a lot of people did kind of like ignore him at the time, they like realized, oh, he still has an audience, and we could still use him. He still had leveraging power. So, whatever.
Apparently, even if you help coerce girls into being assaulted, the Discovery Channel will still work with you. Discovery. Discover a world with no morals. Now, in my opinion, David Dobrik is an irredeemable scumbag. Anyone who helps his best friend assault girls by getting them drunk enough that they can't say no is a scumbag. And I'm not about to just think he's miraculously a great person now because he posted a 7-minute long apology video with no title and then went 3 months without posting on YouTube. If David had been canceled...
Yeah, okay, everything's starting to come back to me. Fuck. Yeah, everything he was doing around that time was so bad. Just with fucking what he did with Scotty, like having him make the apology video, or make it more. No, it was more of like an attack video on set. Oh my god, that whole those 3 months were fucking insane.
For like making offensive jokes in the past.
I was just out testing. Oh.
Or something, that would be one thing. But if you're someone who helped pressure girls into being assaulted, I'm just never gonna think you're a good dude. Sorry. And let's be...
Yeah, that's kind of where I stand. It sounds like he's more harsher towards David than what I am. I'm just kind of like whatever about it now. Like, I was disgusted at the time, and yeah, now it's just like the situation's been moved on from, and there seems to be no consequences for Dom or David, really. So it's just like, as a fan, what could you do? Or as a former fan, what could you even do at that point? So,
absolutely clear. I believe that David is partially responsible in this situation. In the video, David acknowledges that the girls did not want to sleep with Dom.
After a couple minutes of talking, it was clear there was no fivesome happening tonight.
And then he acknowledges that they only agreed to sleep with him after some master negotiating after they were drunk.
But by some stroke of luck and master negotiating, Dom made progress.
Which means that David fully understood that they were coerced under the influence, which means that David is partially responsible. So you might be asking yourself, well, why would you care if David has improved since being canceled if you think he's an irredeemable scumbag? Well, I still think it's interesting to analyze if these online celebrities actually do change their ways after their tear-filled apology videos sitting on the floor. David promised that he was going to make sure these mistakes don't happen again.
Make sure those mistakes don't happen again.
So,
sorry to interrupt. I want to say David's like worse than Logan Paul, but at the same time, Logan Paul's pretty shitty. So I feel like they're in their own categories of bad. Like, Logan Paul's a scammer and he's a douche, but he has like some redeemable qualities to him when he wants to be a good guy. David, on the other hand, avoids taking responsibility for his actions and rather sweep everything under the rug and go back to being the, hey guys, like the smiley, go happy, go lucky guy when it's all a facade. So fuck them both, I guess.
let's see if that's true. So I'm going to break down the 5 areas that I think David needed to improve on after his apology video. And at the end, I'll give him a grade on how well I think he's improved based on the videos that he has posted since coming back to YouTube. I haven't seen my girlfriend in almost 2 years because she lives in Australia, but next week, she's finally coming to visit me. Unfortunately, though, I have completely forgotten how to seduce her, but that is where today's sponsor, Scentbird, comes in. Scentbird is a friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. I've actually been getting into cologne recently, like the past week. So I heard of Scentbird. I'm not gonna get it, but I've been really into cologne. I've been using Calvin Klein Defy, my God, I can't even think of the name right now. Sauvage Dior. I think the perfume. I've been watching Jeremy Fragrance. I can't even talk. Jeremy Fragrance. I've been watching him. He's pretty dope. Yeah, colognes. I like them. We're just gonna skip this part. Sorry, dude.
David Dobrik is the king of exploitation. He loves getting his friends stuck in this vicious cycle of him doing incredibly nice things for them as long as they put up with him treating them like shit. He'll buy you a new car as long as you put up with him constantly making fun of you for being fat.
And they always tease Jonah. That's the thing too. Like, if you watch Jason's vlogs, Jonah's treated like shit, and it's kind of sad. Whatever though.
He'll throw you a birthday party with Kendall Jenner as long as you let him film you getting drunk and hurting yourself multiple times. He'll get your song played on the radio as long as you get his face tattooed on your fucking arm.
It's like you forget about all the shit he's did, and then you're reminded, and you're like, fuck, what the hell? Also, this tattoo is fucking creepy.
He'll buy you some wall art as long as you forgive him for almost killing you with an excavator. He'll help you gain followers on social media as long as you put up with Jason kissing you without consent and put up with David making racist jokes at your expense. And this puts his friends in a horrible position where they realize that if they stop being his friend, then they'll lose the relevance that David has given them. My friend Nick made a video about how when members of the Vlog Squad put David's face in their thumbnails, it helps them get way more views. Well, if
I saw that video. I saw that video in class, actually. That was kind of fun.
you're trying to start a career on social media and you realize that all of your traction is coming from David, it makes it way more likely that you're going to put up with his abusive behavior. It's very similar to how it's way harder for people to leave cults once their lives are completely dependent on the cult. Also, apparently David barely pays his friends to be in the vlogs.
We don't make money off of these videos, you know, like we're not getting ad revenue, we're not getting paid directly from David.
Even though
David's a capitalist.
the vlogs would be nothing without them. The dynamic of all of the members in the Vlog Squad is what makes it entertaining to watch. If the content was just David by himself walking around LA holding a DSLR and laughing maniacally, the content would be shit. But instead of paying them a livable wage based on the millions of dollars they're helping generate for David, he mostly pays them in exposure. And when you're mostly being paid in exposure, it just makes you that much more reliant on David and that much more stuck in this cult-like environment. In David's apology video, he plays dumb and acts like he had no idea that there was any sort of power dynamic in his friend group.
I was creating an unfair power dynamic. I did not know this before.
That was bullshit. He definitely fucking knew. Also, in that video, he was using language that he never fucking used before. So he definitely got like a team to help him with that shit. Oh, it's such bullshit. I fucking God.
Oh, I had no idea that there was a power dynamic in my friend group, even though I'm still making jokes about how my friends need me to keep making vlogs if they want to stay relevant.
You look like you need me to vlog.
Come on in. David doesn't see his friends as human beings. He sees them as characters in his fucked up sitcom. To David, you're not Nick Antonian, the human being. You're Jonah, the fat character. To David, you're not Seth, the human being. You're the black character.
He's our only black friend. Don't ruin this for me, okay?
And I'm not speculating on whether or not David sees people like their sitcom characters, because he says that he wishes he had a gay guy and an Asian guy in the vlog, like he's trying to collect marginalized
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
people as if they were Pokemon.
I would love to have a gay guy in my
gay
vlogs.
character.
I'm missing an Asian.
And this is not because he wishes he had a more diverse group of friends. It's because he thinks it's really funny to watch gay dudes kiss.
Yeah, you want like a real gay.
Like the real thing.
Yeah.
Like the guy who will, you know, who will fucking make out with a dude on command.
And if he had an Asian friend, then he would have someone he could make these types of jokes with.
Oh, look at the Japanese food. We're trying.
David is very smart because by giving out so many gifts over the years, he was able to develop this reputation of being this generous guy, rather than developing a reputation of being the guy who uses people as long as they're okay with him degrading them, but once they stop being okay with it, he chews them up and spits them out, just like he chewed up and spit out those girls on that fateful day, because he didn't see those girls as people. He saw them as props that he could use to get content, and once they weren't cooperating like he wanted them to, he got them drunk enough for Dom to do his master negotiating and assault them. In David's apology video, he's crying because he's so sad that they were hurt.
There was people that were still really hurt.
But before this, he never bothered to reach out to the girls to apologize.
I didn't go back to any of these women and apologize.
And in private, Natalie was calling the girls whores.
Okay, don't be a snob. They're mainly whores, but that's the point. Oh yeah, I remember when this came out. Yeah, I fucking hate Natalie. She never gave me good vibes. She always seemed kind of bitchy. And the fact that David was using her, like I said, as kind of like sex appeal, it was like, dude, stop.
So to me, it really seems like the tears only started flowing once the brand deals started leaving. Now, has David's problem with exploitation improved since he came back to YouTube? Well, he's still making jokes about how none of his friends would be relevant without him. He still makes fun of Jonah for being fat at every opportunity he gets. He made a video with this trained elephant, even though elephants have been banned from most circuses because of the horrible treatment their trainers put them through.
Oh,
But
God.
worst of all, David included this clip of Jonah making a rape joke.
I hope this isn't about me. If I were the sub, I'd walk my fat ass into oncoming traffic.
Who wrote this? It's Natalie. Oh no. You are watching way too much porn.
Joking that your response to a girl insulting you
Oof.
is you unbuttoning your pants in anger is a rape joke. You would think that after the situation David went through, he would be extra careful to not put any rape jokes in his vlogs, but I guess he just couldn't help himself.
I platformed the subject of sex in a negative way where I made jokes about it. Oh no. And I called them bad jokes, and I can't even call them bad jokes. You are watching way too much porn. And I reinforced that kind of behavior. You are watching way too much porn.
The way I see it, David will always exploit people and animals just as much as it's socially acceptable to do so. Maybe a few years from now, he'll get some more backlash for putting rape jokes in his vlogs, so he'll plop his ass down on the floor and make another apology video where he's crying because now his Discovery show has gotten canceled. But at his heart, I don't think David will ever truly change.
At this point, it's all he knows. So, yeah. That's why I stopped watching his videos, because I knew it was going to be the same stuff. Now, it's like, I could have kept watching him just to see, like, what he was up to, but I don't get paid for this shit. So, also, it would have taken a toll on my mental health. So, I don't know. Knowing he got away with it, which in a way he did. So, and that's like that's we're not even talking about Dom at this point. If you look at Dom's TikTok, Dom's a scumbag. Oh, God.
So, as I previously mentioned, David nearly killed Jeff Wittick in a horrible accident that left Jeff with brain damage because David was operating an excavator when he absolutely should not have been. Obviously, only someone with proper experience should be operating an excavator, and swinging someone around in a circle like that is just insanely stupid. I want you to ask yourself, if you nearly killed your friend with an excavator, do you think that you would probably stop putting insanely stupid stunts in your videos? Because if it were me, I would be thinking, holy shit, I am so lucky that he didn't die from that and I didn't end up with manslaughter charges. I am never going to put another stunt like that in one of my vlogs ever again. But of course, I'm not David. In the first video,
I'd say this, if David decided to do stunts on his own, which he never did because he's a pussy, then that might be a little different situation because he'd be putting himself at risk, but he's not, and he's not going to do that. So
David made after coming back, they did this. What the fuck are you doing? Todd is sliding on the ground being pushed by a golf.
Todd's kind of a dumbass though, so he'll say yes to anything. Honestly, I could see why Todd and Natalie are dating, because Todd's kind of like, he's a good looking dumbass and he's just down for whatever and he's down for a good time. Natalie is kind of bitchy and kind of like likes attention, so yeah. and he's hot, she's pretty good looking too, so yeah, I hate the vlog squad now. Oh my god.
cart. If your foot happens to slip, you're gonna get crushed by 1,000 pounds of cart like a character in Mario Kart after someone uses a mega mushroom.
Also, yeah, God, this is bad to admit. I almost hurt someone with a go-kart one time at a job. Luckily, like, he didn't get hurt, but I was like driving it and like I hit the gas too hard and like I almost ran him over. Luckily, there was a door there and I like hit the door instead of him. So you gotta be careful with that shit. Everything was good. All good vibes after. Also, I should say I was reversing it because I wasn't driving forward. I was reversing it because we were trying to prop open a big fire door. Those things are heavy because we were going to put like equipment away. So like I said, I accidentally pressed the gas too hard because that was like my first time driving one. So I didn't really like get like a feel for it shit. So I like gunned it. Not like, yeah, it was, luckily everything was okay. So we're good.
I just do not understand what goes through these people's heads that you could watch your friend nearly die in a horrific accident, and then in the very next video, you're like, well, sure, Jeff almost died in the last video, but sliding underneath a golf cart while drinking a beer would be fucking badass, so it's worth it. And I know that David isn't the one driving the vehicle this time, but this is all being done for his vlog, and he's the one who has created this dangerous environment where everyone feels the need to do these stupid stunts because it hypes up the vlogs. In David's apology video, he mentions that his vlogs have a serious lack of infrastructure.
I realize there's a serious lack of infrastructure.
Well, there is clearly still a lack of infrastructure if you're still having your friends do stupid stunts like this. These are not professional stuntmen on a Hollywood set. This is Heath and Todd being fucking morons. And if another horrible accident were to occur,
I feel like at this point, Heath and Todd, all of them should like at least attempt to be professional stuntmen. I'm not trying to like justify it, but they've done enough stuff and they could probably, they're in decent shape. Not fucking, what's his name? Heath, a little chubby, but they could at least attempt to do. I don't know. What am I saying? Whatever.
David would be partially responsible. David clearly wants his vlogs to be like miniature jackass movies, but he lacks the infrastructure to execute this in a safe way. Like when David films this dude jumping off of 10 trampolines into a residential pool. The dude slips and almost falls, and David is just over here giggling like a demented schoolboy. David clearly gets off on filming dangerous situations.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
But when you don't have
That was, oh my god, when he slapped Natalie. Ugh.
professional stuntmen with stunt coordinators on a controlled set that has been properly safety tested, you are just asking for another accident to happen like what happened with Jeff. But this time, you might not be so lucky with everyone coming out of it alive.
I don't want to self-diagnose David, but there is something there, and I don't know if he's getting help. I don't know. There's something wrong. I don't know.
David's content used to be much more openly misogynistic, like how he used to call Gabby Hanna an ugly fatty all the time.
Your makeup's all fucked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Take it off.
That's not her makeup, that's just her face.
The beauty aisle. Gabby, have you ever been in there? Probably not. I got a gift, and I got it for Gabby,
Oh, it's for me?
and she's been needing these.
Diet pills?
Oh my god, David, that is so true. Exactly. Bye, Gabby.
It's fucked up. Oh my god. I've never seen that one.
Limit yourself to sleeping with one guy tonight, okay?
I haven't gone on a date where
David, you didn't make Liza come. Shut the fuck up.
a guy has paid for my dinner in like so long.
It's probably because they're scared you're gonna eat too much.
Nowadays, David's misogyny is a lot more subtle, but 9 times out of 10, when he puts a woman in one of his vlogs, he's gonna make some sort of joke about sex.
Todd and Natalie, this is where the magic happens, I assume. Get into bed here. Oh shit. Shit, can you get it?
Todd! David!
She was naked.
Todd, is that how you see Natalie too?
Only in the bedroom, but she's on top.
Oh my god.
Cute.
Can I touch them? Can I squeeze it? Can I squeeze your boobs? Can I touch them?
So you're joking about wanting to squeeze your assistant's boobs. In most instances, this would be considered workplace sexual harassment, but
Yeah. What's it called? One of his montages that he did, I want to say it was in 2019. It was all the guys at a bar, and they were they had a drink. It was like champagne, and they popped it in Natalie's face. That whole montage is softcore porn, dude. I swear to God, just look at it. The guys are grinding and making out with girls. He's filming everything in a provocative way. It's softcore porn for YouTube. That's what David's content was back in 2019. So yeah, like I said, this is all he knows. So why would he change that? It's gotten him success. And I'm not defending it. It's disgusting, and I knew for a fact that he wasn't going to change. So I don't know, dude.
But I guess because it's David, it's just a funny joke. David mentioned in his
I'd pull up the clip, but honestly, it's I don't know if it's good enough for Twitch, so
apology video that he's thinking about hiring an HR department for his vlogs.
And I want to be able to have a place of checks and balances. I want to have HR, and I want to be able to have people communicate discomfort in a way that's comfortable to them.
Well, joking about squeezing your assistant's boobs is the exact type of thing someone would bring to an HR department. Have you not considered that maybe the power dynamic we were talking about earlier could lead women to feel like they have to laugh along when you joke about squeezing their boobs?
I platformed the
or slap him in the face.
subject of sex in a negative way, where I made jokes about it. Can I squeeze your boobs? And I called them bad jokes, and I can't even call them bad jokes. Can I squeeze your boobs? And I reinforced that kind of behavior. Can I squeeze your boobs?
David also has recently had this ongoing joke about how funny it is that Corinna is making a lot of money on OnlyFans.
We're gonna just start an OnlyFans. In 48 hours, how much money did you make?
48 hours.
Oh my fuck.
I made a little over $1 million.
Now, I agree that it's pretty insane that someone can make hundreds of thousands of dollars through such little effort, but you know who else makes hundreds?
It is a lot of effort to make OnlyFans. It's not like, if you're a hot girl, sure, you might get some subs, but to get the numbers that Corinna makes, you have to put some effort into it. It also helps that she's David's friend, and she already has a built-in audience, and she's already attractive enough to make that transition to get the guys to come in. But at the same time, if you're going to keep those numbers, you got to at least you have to do good shoots. Can't just be posting random shit. It's a whole thing. So
Hundreds of thousands of dollars through very little effort. David, I'm sure every time David drops new merch, he
I feel called out.
makes hundreds of thousands of dollars from that, but I've never seen them joke about how funny it is that David can make so much money just by slapping the word clickbait on a hoodie. When women make a lot of money through very little effort, they're a whore, but when men make a lot of money through very little effort, they're an entrepreneur. And you know why that is? Now, the question of if OnlyFans is actually empowering to women is admittedly a complicated one, because on the one hand, women can make a lot of money doing it, but on the other hand, under capitalism, these women are often being pressured into commodifying their bodies, oftentimes out of desperation. And it is sad that one of the main ways that women can make a lot of money is by catering to the male gaze. Do most women do OnlyFans because they genuinely enjoy it, or are they doing it because they feel crushed by capitalism and OnlyFans has finally given them the opportunity to pay their bills and live comfortably?
That's a good question and a good way to like start the conversation. Yeah. I don't have much to add to that. I would say like it really is up to the girl. And yes, that's kind of like a cop-out answer, but it really is up to the girl and how they feel. Yeah, I don't got much to say on that. The economy shit, so I could see why people would switch to that. Fuck, if I was a girl, I'd probably do it. But there is work in OnlyFans. It's not like nude, bunch of money. You actually got to put in the work for it. It's like anything else.
However, you know who else commodifies their bodies under capitalism? Football players, who also make millions of dollars but are oftentimes left with lifelong brain damage. And I have never seen anyone say, look at these slutty football players objectifying their bodies for our enjoyment. Anyway, the joke of, haha, the slut is making a lot of money on OnlyFans is just not funny. And you still have dirty grandpa out here making disgustingly pervy comments like this.
Jason Nash, do you have a comment on Corinna?
Oh, yeah, she's super sexy.
So, while David's content might not be as overtly misogynistic as when he was constantly calling Gabby Hanna a fat whore, there is still very clearly an undercurrent of misogyny to David's content. Racism. So, as I mentioned before, David used to make a lot of jokes like this.
You know, what's up? Hey, son, you want something to drink? What's it? You guys, I'm sorry, it's so long.
Well, since Seth quit the vlogs after Jason assaulted him and then David made fun of him for being traumatized, David just doesn't have any black people in his vlogs anymore, because you can't be racist towards black people if you never spend time with black people. David taught me that. But if you're still looking for some casual anti-blackness, Zayn and Heath are still doing minstrel-like impressions of black women.
Because he's lazy, no good, don't do nothing, always hanging out, talking trash.
I can smell your lung cancer from here, bitch.
I feel like Zayn and Heath, we can make a video on them. Because didn't something go wrong with the Komodo dragon coffee that they released? Put a pin on that. We'll see what's up.
Before David was canceled, he was set to appear on this anti-bullying high school tour, which is just incredibly ironic because David's content has been built around bullying from day one. Bully Gabby because you think she's ugly, bully Seth for being black, bully Big Nick for being short, bully Jonah for being fat. His entire sense of humor was built around the concept of, oh, you have a trait that straight, white, skinny, able-bodied men like me don't have? Then I'm gonna shit on you for it. But just since David has come back to YouTube, he's already made fun of Jonah for being fat 9 times. Do you really care about where the jokes end and where the feelings begin? Or does that just not apply to Jonah because society still thinks it's normal to bully guys for being fat? If you really cared about Jonah's feelings, you would stop making fun of him for being fat every fucking time he's on camera. It's been about 3 months since David's apology video. It's been kinda nice not having a camera shoved in my face every second of the fucking day. I've been trying to take time to focus on myself.
What?
I thought about going on a diet, but if I lose too much weight, then I won't be the funny fat
Mr. Beard, you're sexy as fuck, bro.
guy anymore, so then I don't know if David would take me back. But honestly, lately, I've been wondering if I even want to go back.
Jonah still has his restaurant going on, right? I wanted to go check it out last year. I just never got the chance. Maybe I'll check it out soon. We'll see. Also, this was really well put together. Yeah. It is sad the way David and all of them treat Jonah. That's not even his real name, is Nick. I don't know. There's also something there with Nick and Jeff, the way, because their beef was real in a way. I don't know. I don't know. We got 3 minutes left. Let's finish this video.
So, if I had to give you a grade, David, on how much you have improved since you came back to YouTube, I would give you a D for, you know, your name. Since your comeback, I don't think you've really improved as a person, but I mean, at least no one has been assaulted as far as we know, so that's something, I guess. I doubt David is ever going to watch this, but if he does, I would say maybe try to start genuinely caring about people. Because, man, life is short, and at the end of the day, all the money and the fame don't really mean anything. In my opinion, the only thing that really matters is how you treat those around you and what lasting relationships you can make with the people you care about. But David has proven time and time again that he doesn't care about people. He cares about his image and his money. He's still the same manipulative, exploitative bully he's always been. So if there's one thing I would like to say to you, David, it's that I am glad I'm not your friend. You can run, but you can't hide when David gets you in his sights. You're a pawn in his scheme, his content machine. Oh.
I also hate the fact that he uses ABBA, and yeah. I feel like David, once he'll get like an idea of like, oh, this represents the Vlog Squad, he'll like run that idea. Oh shit. He'll run that idea into the ground. Like with the Friends, for example. I think he admitted he only saw like a couple episodes of Friends. And like, I'm not the biggest Friends fan myself. But then he just like, he did the whole little parody thing that they had, like the little intro thing. And then he just like kind of built that up. And then I don't know where the Dancing Queen stuff came from. That kind of dips into David's sexuality, and that's not really where I want to go. Like he could love whoever he loves. It's just the way he treats people for his vlogs. I don't know. I like Mamma Mia. I hate that he ruined it for me.
Subscribe to the channel, then go follow my Twitch, and then go check out my Patreon, you stupid bitch.
Good job, Mr. Beard. That was a really good video. The R joke that Jonah made really locked it in for me that David has not changed the way he runs his channel in any form. I really don't understand how David didn't get in any legal trouble for the excavator thing. It's because, well, you need to have a license to operate that machinery. Who rented him the excavator? Who allowed him to operate it unlicensed? Does he not have any competent management and lawyers to say hey, this is the legality of the situation. You can do this or you can't do that. Absurd. I think if Jeff decided to pursue legal action against David, then stuff would have like came out like from the state and like the company that he rented from. But since he didn't, that didn't go through. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Addendum. I apologize for made it seem like I was saying that all sex work is low effort. This is not what I was trying to say whatsoever. No, I kind of figured that's not what he was saying, because then he pivoted to the football example, which, I mean, good for him. I probably wouldn't have thought of that. I'm stupid. I was trying to say that the amount of effort that Corinna specifically puts into OnlyFans is not equal to the amount of money she makes from it. Someone taking one picture of themselves and making over 100,000 for that picture is disproportionately large amount of money. However, this is how being insanely famous works. All famous celebrities make disproportionately large amounts of money because of capitalism. So I was making the point that David also makes disproportionately large amount of money, but no one ever laughs at him or jokes about this with him because he is a man. However, sex work is work, and your average sex worker does work hard and is not paid the same amount of money that someone like Corinna makes. Yeah, definitely true. I'm not subscribed to Corinna's OnlyFans, so I don't know exactly the kind of content that she puts on there to make like a judgment call on it. So yeah, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she does work hard on the OnlyFans, but we'll see. Also, I understand that all the jobs under capitalism require people to commodify their bodies. The issues that the sex industry specifically has so many predatory people working in it, and so many people look down on sex workers. So while I believe sex work should be destigmatized and women should be able to do sex work safely, there is still a big issue with young women being pressured in the industry, usually by predatory men. And I believe this specific industry is much more predatory than a lot of other industries, which is, I can't read it now, which is why people need to be extra careful. Yeah, I definitely agree. I know a little bit about the industry, like porn and sex work. I definitely gotta look into it more. Yeah. So the sex industry is one of the worst industries when it comes to misogyny and capitalistic exploitation, and people just need to be aware of that. However, sex workers should not be demonized or looked down upon because the sex work is real work. Because sex work is work. The people who need to be demonized are the people profiting off of the sex industry by exploiting women. Yeah. I'll admit, like at first I thought he was saying that, but then I just kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt. I guess. I don't know. You're literally the only YouTuber I've seen actually call out fat phobia in depth, and it means a lot to me as a fat dude that someone actually cares and doesn't just glaze over after acknowledging it briefly. I think because it hit a little close to home to Mr. Beard. I didn't want to like read too into it by saying that, but I think it did kind of hit home for him. Like I deal with body weight. I deal with like my weight, even though I'm not like super big, but I think it's something everyone deals with, and especially if you're a little bit bigger, it kind of like hits you more. So Mr. Beard, I think you're very good looking and very sexy. So yeah, that good video by Mr. Beard. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say. I don't follow him on Twitter, but we are following him now. I will check out that video on my own. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna watch the David video by myself, but then I was like, you know what? I could react to that. Oh, he went after the quartering. People like, oh, what did he say? Being a sexist asshole is one thing, and that's not okay. But let's not pretend for a second that being attractive, male or female, doesn't put you on easy mode for things like Twitch and YouTube. There is a reason why she wears 6 pounds of makeup, and it's not because she wants to. People like you that shame women for wearing makeup are the exact same people who are ashamed, who shame the picture of Pokemon without makeup on. Men will force a beauty standard onto women that they have to wear makeup and then shit on women for wearing it. There's no winning. Yeah, the quartering's a loser. He took down the video of him interviewing Nick, right? Because I'm pretty sure he had a video where he interviewed him. It's like a David Dobrik real quick. Also, he's wearing that stupid smiley hat. I fucking hate it. It looks so dumb on him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like David anymore. He might stop vlogging soon, so we'll see. I do like how he's political, Mr. Beard. Also, stupid ass Tim Pool. What the fucking, if sex work is work, then can a boss require a woman to suck his dick as a job requirement? God, Tim. God, Tim is so fucking dumb. It hurts, dude. Okay, well, I think that's about it for today. Yeah, I have no desire to watch any of his new videos, so, well, thanks for watching.